We are back at it again here with another video with Invest for Tomorrow. To the first time viewers and investors, welcome to the channel. To all subscribers, welcome back. Here we are at the SPY, the SP 500 index, continuing to fight to hold support and retest key resistance levels. And in today's volatility, our SPY bot at 10:10 a.m. sent out a bull indicator, and from that moment forward, inflows crossed the midpoint to the upside, full strength there on 42 vision, and call options went up 130% plus within an hour, guys. If you guys want to receive this clarity and edge of the charts, you can now gain access to it as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicators, getting connected over to our bots and becoming part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together by receiving this clarity and edge over the charts and using these resources to maximize in either direction, whether stocks are going up or going down. So here we are with the S&P 500 index, finding support here above the 460 area and testing the resistance level that we talked about in yesterday's video up here near towards the 465 area. Not that far off of it, hitting highs here in the after hours so far of about 460, 446. Now, we're going to break it all down in today's video. What's going on with the inflow versus outflow and bull and bear indicators and what key levels I would watch going into tomorrow. But before we do, I want to share with you guys the home run opportunity that was mentioned this morning over at the Discord. So the home run of the day was spectacular and beyond expectations. And if you guys want to know about these stocks early on and receive this clarity and edge of the charts, you can now gain access to it as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicators, getting connected over to our bots and becoming part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together. So the home run of the day was from our AMD bot. Our AMD bot at 9:40 a.m. sent out a bull indicator, and from that moment forward, inflows crossed the midpoint to the upside, full strength there on 42 vision, and call options went up 200% plus within an hour, guys. If you guys want to receive this clarity and edge of the charts, you can now gain access to it as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicators, getting connected over to our bots. We look forward to having you join us, and we strive for opportunities like these every single day. Let's jump to these charts. Here we are with the SPY, the S&P 500 index, doing a full transition from the rip area to the dip area in today's volatility into the open on the 15-minute and back up to the rip area here in the second half of the day. If this is your first time coming across the channel, this is 42 vision, which allows us to see the dips from the rips to the dips, and where the strength and weakness lies within the charts. And we also use our bull and bear indicators and inflow versus outflow as an extra layer of confirmation, which I'm going to pull up here and you can now gain access to as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicator, getting connected over to our bots and becoming part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together by receiving this clarity and edge over the charts and using these resources to maximize in either direction, whether stocks are going up or going down. And in today's video, I'm going to pull up the inflow versus outflow indicator, which adds that extra layer of confirmation and gives us that edge within the volatility. So here we are with the SPY stock, the S&P 500 index, under a bear indicator for the first time since the bull indicator down here at the 457.60 level. It lasted for the last 3 days, and today a bear indicator popped up at the 462 level in the pre-market hours. Now, going into the open, the stock found support, right? The SPY stock, the S&P 500, found support at around the 460 level. The next support we were watching below that was 459.50, and it found support, held itself up, brought itself back up with strength to retest that resistance of 462, retest the highs of the pre-market of 463.90. I would just round it up to 464, and here it is, trying to head towards 465, the next resistance we are watching above 462, and a bull indicator popped up at the 462.72 area, and it's been dominating here since the middle of the day, continuing this staircase effect to the upside. Now, we're going to go ahead and take a look at the inflow versus outflows, if they align with this and further justify this strength. But we also need to look at the bigger picture, right? On the 1 hour, no bear indicator has popped up since down here at the 455.90 area. I would just round it up to 456. It found support there on Friday's pre-market, and since then, the staircase effect has continued, right? No bear indicator in the process or on any of the pullbacks, just red bars, no bear indicator, and that bull indicator has been strong for the last several days. And the inflows need to follow to even further justify it. So we're going to take a look at that in just a moment as well. Now on the 15-minute, it's crucial to see the volatility here in the pre-market, bear indicator, bull transition from the rip area to the dip area, found support, and a full transition back up to the rip area, followed by that bull indicator at the 462 area. I would not ignore this, that this bull indicator has been strong. We have bull indicators on the 30-minute and the 1 hour. I will be watching that very carefully going into tomorrow if they can continue to hold, and this strength here in the volatility as well. Now, what are the key levels I would watch? Well, the first thing will be support. Now, here we are with the SP500 index, the SPY stock with inflows fighting to stay above. And the first thing that we could see here is in the pre-market, outflow started to dominate into the bell. It hit lows here of negative 0.6, brought itself back up, crossed the midpoint, and the strength followed, right? Pulling away from the midpoint to the upside and hitting highs here so far of 2.94 of inflows, and it still has room to go higher based off the history of the chart. It even hit highs here last week on Friday of 3.9. Now, not guaranteed to hit those levels, but definitely something to not ignore here, and I'll be watching that very carefully here going into tomorrow on the 30-minute chart. Now, on the 1 hour chart, inflows have stayed above, and today in this upward trend, we have a slight divergence here of outflows and sitting sideways and red at 2.72. Now, why has the chart not completely collapsed to the downside? Well, these outflows have not crossed the midpoint, right? Inflows are still dominating even though they're red and they're above the midpoint, but I will be watching going into tomorrow if these outflows continue to head towards the midpoint and how it can impact the charts, right? Now, in the volatility of the 15-minute, we could see the outflows cross over in the first half and into the open, and in the middle of the day, inflows crossed over and they dominated all day, hitting highs up here of 1.87, and currently red, slightly pulling back, and outflows are beginning here in the after hours. And I will be watching this for the rest of the after hours and going into tomorrow if it pulls down towards it, because it could start to reflect pretty quickly into these charts. Now, what are the key levels I would watch? Again, the first thing is support, guys, and the first support level is the 463 level. If that gets broken through, then I'll be watching down towards the 460 area, and then below that, if these outflows start to head towards the midpoint or even cross it, the next support I'll be watching below 460 is the 458.50 area, and that's going to be crucial and critical to not ignore these levels on the 1 hour, especially if these outflows continue to the midpoint or even cross it, and also if it starts to impact the 30-minute and also the 15-minute. As we see it, it has began, right? And it's pretty close to the midpoint. I would not ignore that. And to the upside, it's going to be crucial and critical for these inflows to continue to the upside here, pulling away from the midpoint on the 30-minute, and on the 1 hour, switching from red to green, pulling away to the upside, and specifically in the volatility of the 15-minute, switching from red to green and pulling up as well. As right now, outflows have began, even though inflows are still dominating, right? So the first resistance is the 465 area. Then above that is 467, and then I'll be watching the 470 level. So these are the key levels I'll be watching to the upside and to the downside. The bull and bear indicators are going to be crucial, and the inflow versus outflows, I will be watching them very closely going into tomorrow. As always, guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.